All right, I am removing the door jamb so I can get this tub out. It's a 1/4 inch wider than the gap in the door jamb. And this part of the jamb is already off, as you can see. And as I've discovered, this jamb was never secured to anything framed. It was just held in place by the trim. So whether this door goes back in place or not, I'll be securing a jamb to a stud. So the decorative trim can only be decorative, only has to be decorative. Other fun things I've discovered. Whoever did the work in this house before me, let's see if you can see this, use these star screws, but none of them are tight. The ones down there I can pull out with my fingers. Sorry about the lighting in here. Yeah, just really amazing. So this door, the one I was just showing you the hinges for, was just held in place because it remembered where to be. And this one, they had the hinges installed upside down, so the pins kept falling out. Now, I've been meaning to get around to that for quite some time, but now is the time to do it right, I suppose. But yeah, if you're installing a left-hand open door or a right-hand open door, make sure you know which is which so that when you put the correct hinge in place and the door is closed, the hinge pin is held in place by gravity. The one down there has been falling out for 10 years, and we just put it back and cross our fingers, and I've been meaning to get to it. And more on this room in a minute. All right, the tub is out. That was fun. Now, I've got some pretty severe damage over there. I think it's water damage to that 2x4 beneath the studs, but it's only about a 4-foot section that was already interrupted by this vent, and it is not a load-bearing wall. That said, it's a pretty important wall to me, and I guess to the channel. That's the wall behind the players when you see people coming over to play amps. So I think what I'm going to do to fix that is I'm going to take all this insulation out. The insulation's not stapled in place. I can just pull it out and then put it back. That'll be a day for a respirator and long sleeves and gloves and all that. And up here, where the guitar hanger is, I'm going to put some cross braces up against to make sure that any of the weight of the guitar is hitting something solid as much as possible with the plaster and lathe. I don't want to push up against that, but I'll sister in some braces like that, right up against it, so that some long screws will really grab those on pretty solid. Because I always worry about hanging guitars in plaster and lathe, and this is my chance to do a bit more than just an anchor. Anyway, I'm also going to find where the ceiling joist up there is, probably where this stud is, and put a 2x4 to the ceiling across that, screwed in, and another one across the floor, and then cut some 2x4s a little bit, like a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch longer than these, and wedge them in place to temporarily jack this up and bear this weight. Just a temporary load-bearing wall here. I mean, it's not a load-bearing wall, but a temporary thing to take the weight off this, and get down there with my oscillating saw and cut any nails out here. Slide this out. I'll have to take off the baseboards on the workshop side of the wall. Get that out. Slide in some new wood. Toenail the studs to it. Nail it down or anchor it down. All that will happen after I take these floorboards out, because then I can inspect what's happening beneath and make sure that I'm not doing a whole bunch of work and ignoring an underlying problem, literally underlying. Now, over here, you can see there's been some water damage over the past century, probably from water splashing out of the back of the bathtub. a very poorly installed HVAC vent here with gaps, and this old 112-year-old board is all split and falling apart. And they've already replaced over in this corner and over there, and then so the dark stuff here is original. And aside from this pretty serious, seemingly water damage here, where everything's got a lot of flex, the stuff they put in was kind of crappy. This one split when they put it in. All this has got a lot of flex, and I'm looking here. I can see right here there are 3 floor joists there. It looks like there's an original one which has got some issues, surrounded by 2 new ones. But given the amount of flex in this area, I'm not convinced that they did it right. So I'm going to take my skill saw and go around the perimeter of the room and cut out old boards all the way around and get all this old subfloor out. At that point, I'll have access to the joists beneath. I can sister in, I can repair, I can replace in sections. I can make sure that everything is level in this direction, everything is level in this direction. And then I will put in, while it's open, I'll change the plumbing runs because I'll have better access then than ever again. And I'll make sure all the transitions are done in the crawl space in one area. So if going from copper to PEX ever has a leak, it'll be in the subfloor, not in the wall. And then the same PEX I'll probably be able to bring out without any joints, just using 90-degree bends. So the next connection will be outside the wall, so I don't have to worry about leaks. And I have found probable solutions to this joint. I'm still researching what to do. This is chrome over brass. In theory, I should be able to cut it right there and deburr it, and clean it out, and use a new coupler. But worst comes to worst, I can drill out the old lead and stuff and get that out. I might have to hire a plumber for that bit. More research is required there. And I have similar concerns with this old bath drain, which has also gone elliptical over the years. And this, like I mentioned, this is crap and that's crap. But all that crap can get changed. And that valve doesn't want to close all the way. But it's okay. That valve's not long for this world. So a little bit of water standing there, but it's not been dripping out. And at that point, I will measure the thickness, the old floor thickness. So basically from the joist beneath to the level of the floor. Here's some of the old floor in the house. And that'll tell me how many layers and thicknesses of OSB and then plywood, and then eventually some luxury vinyl stone look laminate, fun stuff, waterproof. But my plan is, once I have the electrical sorted out, so the electrical box run over here beneath this window, and that one moved down, and probably bring the toilet supply through the wall rather than the floor, and probably bring the hot and cold for the tub through the wall rather than the floor, just for makes cleaning in the future easier. Once all that's done, and then I put in the subfloor, before I put in the subfloor, I'll be able to put in some good insulation between the joists, and then a moisture barrier beneath the OSB, and I'll get the grade of OSB, which has got the waterproof rosins and all that. Really good choice for a bathroom. And I'll be able to build this all up right and stable and solid, and not cover up bad work, hoping that no one will ever see it like everyone in the past before me has done. Really? All this work just to use 3 nails to hold a board this big, and then be surprised when it squeaks and flexes and breaks. You pre-drill, people, you pre-drill. Anyway, it's not any one difficult thing, but it's a whole lot of not quite difficult things in a row in my future. But pending a bit more research, I'll be ready to get started. If I weren't so tired already today from doing everything else I've been doing, I'd go ahead and maybe get the skill saw out. But I think I want to take these 2x2s off of here first so I can get up closer to the old line. And I'll be making sure that when I do the cut, I'll have something put underneath from here to here that it can all attach to. Because actually, that's pretty solid. There's a piece right there. So that line will be my guide, but I can't get up on that line with my skill saw with this 2x2 here. Lots of little things like that. Lots of little surprises in store. To those of you following along, thanks. Your words of encouragement have been nice. Your advice and words of warning have been taken seriously, even if I don't think they apply in all cases, but your feedback is good. Old bits of dust. I forgot to get in here with the shop vac. I'll do that later today. Just trying to get all the dust out of here is a big deal. And mopping. I spent a lot of today cleaning, and my wife was kind enough to mop so I could have a cup of coffee. And if you're wondering where the bathtub is, ta-da, it's in the closet. It's our clothes closet. Our bedroom is full of the sink and things like that. Thanks for watching.